the state. Certified by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters. News Talk 96.5. KPEL, Brobridge, Lafayette.
Two chambers, one big issue. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. The Senate set to debate immigration reform starting tomorrow. A group of Republican senators set to introduce their proposal, including an opportunity for about 1.8 million so-called dreamers to eventually earn a path to citizenship and enhance border security as well. However, many House conservatives already not happy about waiting for the other chamber to act.
If we're going to wait for the Senate, why don't we all go home, take naps, and wait for 60 senators to decide what we're going to do as a nation? I didn't sign up for that, and most people that elected me didn't want me to sign up for that. So it's critical that we go ahead and work, and that's where you're going to see the Freedom Caucus engaging over the next couple of weeks.
North Carolina GOP Congressman Mark Meadows on CBS's Face the Nation. The president insisting on money for a border wall as part of any deal to protect the dreamers. Tension, meantime, running high in the Middle East.
Northern Israel is returning to normal after the incursion of an Iranian drone on Saturday and a massive Israeli reprisal that resulted in one of Israel's F-16 fighter jets being shot down. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the Israeli attack dealt severe blows to both Iran and Syria. He told the Israeli cabinet today that it has reaffirmed Israel's policy to continue to strike any attempt to strike us.
Fox's David Lee Miller. The bodies of 3 people now recovered. This after a tour helicopter crashed Saturday into a section of the Grand Canyon. 4 others hospitalized in Nevada with life-threatening injuries.
I've seen a lot of accidents, especially those involving car crashes and other types of traumatic injuries. And the human spirit, just the will to survive, kicks in. And as you know, it's a fight-or-flight syndrome that we have inherent in every one of us, and I'm sure that had a lot to do with their survival.
Wallaby Police Chief Francis Bradley, Fox News, fair and balanced.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I'm 19 years old, and this is how I live united. I've always been kind of a computer geek, and I found a way to use those skills to help the homeless in my community. For people facing hard times, computer skills and a basic resume are so important. It may seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in people's lives. So with United Way, I created a program where I work with the homeless. Together, we go through their whole job history, write a resume, and then save it on their very own USB drive. We provide workbooks and training certificates. I even budgeted for cupcakes so we can celebrate as a class when one of our people gets a job. That's huge. When somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." That's what living united feels like to me. My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Gas prices up again, but industry analyst Trilby Lundberg with the Lundberg survey saying that may change soon.
Crude oil prices are the main reason for prices rising over recent weeks, but in the past single week, they have receded. And there's already evidence that they may be causing an end to this price hike because wholesale gasoline prices are down as refiners pass through their lower buying prices.
And the average price of gas now $2.65 a gallon across the nation. The community of Westerville, Ohio, remembering 2 police officers slain in the line of duty this weekend.
I know that this is hard, and I hope that it binds us together in a way that we wished we never had to be bound together. But we are with you, and we thank you.
That woman just one of many community members taking the microphone at today's vigil for officers Eric Joring and Anthony Morelli, both killed shortly after noon yesterday while responding to a 911 hang-up call. The suspect shot and wounded by officers. The family of an artist known for a painting of former First Lady Jackie Kennedy now is trying to get it back.
An old painting of former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy as a teen, stolen in the 60s from Grey Gardens, could be back in the artist's family again. The Erwin Hoffman painting done when Jacqueline Bouvier was 19 years old. Hoffman later bequeathed the artwork to his sister, who died in the 70s, but the painting may have been stolen from the sister's mansion in New York and was apparently seen in a gallery in 2004 by a family member of the artist. They've been trying to get it back ever since. The gallery owner says he got it from a reputable seller and it was not stolen, and also says if the family wants it, they should buy it back. I'm Leslie Lotto. Fox News.
American Chris Maesder taking a silver medal this morning in the Winter Olympics in men's luge competition. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News Radio.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom, but a little over a year ago, we realized she couldn't take care of herself without our help. And well, how could I not be there for her? I had no idea how hard it would be and just what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and, even for me, ways to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics that got me started, but also information about the hurdles I was facing in this new role. I could even connect with experts and hear from others who had been in my place. I know this road we're on isn't an easy one, but I'm really happy to have the extra help for her and for me.
Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. This message is brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
And now, we talk about food. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffany Deku. Here we talk about all the food happenings around Acadiana. If you like food, tune in. You might learn something new. We are doing a recorded episode from Bailey's Restaurant. My good friend, Robyn Holbrook, who lives in Houston but is from the Youngsville area, is in town for Mardi Gras, and she runs a food blog called Horn and Halo, and we're going to be talking to her throughout the course of the interview. But Bailey's is our favorite place to brunch, and I don't think we've been here for 4 years, but crawfish cakes is all I have to say.
Oh my gosh, yes, the crawfish cakes will make you get out of your bed. Hi everybody, I'm Robyn Holbrook, like she said, and as you can tell, I did do some Mardi Gras yesterday because I have half of my voice today, but throw me something, mister. But yeah, back to Bailey's. If y'all have not been here for their brunch, you really need to check it out. Their crawfish cakes are really amazing. They were slicing prime rib, rack of lamb. Anyway, y'all got to come check it out.
What I like is if you don't want to wait in line at Blue Dog for their brunch, come over here because it's kind of quiet. And if drinking isn't your thing, because they don't have the bottomless mimosas like Blue Dog has, but if you're just in it for the food, the crawfish cakes and the prime rib are definitely worth it. So you went to the Youngsville parade yesterday. How was it?
It was awesome. This year, as most of you might know, it was the biggest that the Youngsville Parade has been. It was probably like around 100 or so floats. But, there was a family section. It's just a good time. News and all these other places are open right there. You can pop in and get a link of boudin, just hang out with the kids, hang out with your friends, grab a couple of drinks, walk around. It's always a good time. It was rain or shine, and a lot of people didn't shy away with the weather. So it was nice. The weather's nice today, too.
You said that you could pretty much go down there right now and catch a bunch more beads from what's all over left on the ground.
Yeah, you could probably scoop up all the beads from the road right now and have another parade. Like there's beads everywhere left over.
Okay, so in breaking news, it was discovered that Anthony Bourdain is in town. If you follow some of the big wigs in the Acadiana culinary scene on Instagram, you saw Anthony Bourdain selfies popping up here and there on people's Instagram accounts, and apparently he is in Grand Coteau right now with Toby Rodriguez, and I believe that he's staying in town through Mardi Gras to participate in the traditional country-style Mardi Gras, which happens in the Eunice area.
Nice. Yeah, I saw good old Jolie Mo got to cook for him and everything. And that's so awesome. She said she didn't know what to do with herself, and I would probably feel the same way. Love Anthony Bourdain.
So Jolie runs Porch Wine and Gravy. If you haven't gone to check that out yet, you definitely need to. And the look of happiness in her face from getting to take a picture with him. I'm so envious of that.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to be a framer in the house. Yeah.
Hawk's Boil Up was also out there, so they got to boil some crawfish for him. It looks like they were doing some with rabbits, and they had like a boucherie going on. But I believe that he's going to be in town through Mardi Gras to experience the country-style Mardi Gras in Eunice. Have you ever done the Courier?
No, I've always wanted to do it, but I just never been. I need to check it out, though. It looks so much fun. I have so many friends that go, and they have such a blast.
So you're driving back to Houston tonight, so you're not going to be doing Mardi Gras next week. And we were talking, I'm not a big Mardi Gras person because I typically have to work for Mardi Gras, so I don't really get into it. So you just came for the Youngsville Parade and heading back. Do they do Mardi Gras in Houston?
There's places that celebrate it. The closest that you'll get to like a quote-unquote Mardi Gras, like with parades and all that jazz, is Galveston. So Galveston has a Mardi Gras. I have never attended it, but because I usually drive back over here. But yeah, Houston doesn't recognize Mardi Gras as a holiday, such as Lafayette and other surrounding areas, to take off of work. So we have to be back at work tomorrow, regular schedule.
Womp womp womp. Oh well, you got to come in for the weekend. Yeah. Robyn also did a segment this past Friday on the KADN's Foodie Fridays with Hornet Halo. And what did you cook on your morning segment?
I got the opportunity of doing 4 segments. I was really wowed by that. So I tried to bring my A game for Mardi Gras themed treats and eats. So stuff that would not only Mardi Gras themed or colored, but also that could feed a crowd on like a good, like a small budget. So I made it's zucchini andouille sausage and purple potato quiche.
And it was delicious. I had some of it.
Thank you, darling. And then I made a crawfish and tasso cornbread. And then for dessert, I did king cake flavored cheesecake egg rolls.
And so when they were describing it to me, I was kind of like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that because I'm not the biggest king cake fan. But then I was like, cheesecake's in there, so I don't know. It was delicious.
Yum, yum. Yeah, it's like silky smooth with that little hint of the cinnamon and everything, and then the crunch of the egg roll, like, yum, yum, yum. And then, of course, they love when I bring cocktails to KADN at 7 a.m. So I did Mardi Gras colored mimosas. So the gold was apple. The green was orange juice with a little blue carousel. And then the purple was grape juice.
I've had many people comment that the segment that I did that Friday was the most relaxed that I've ever looked, and I attribute it to having a mimosa in my hand. So I told Jamie Angel, who typically co-hosts that segment with me on Fridays, that we should just have cocktails with us for that segment from now on because it seemed to do the trick.
Yeah, do it. What is it, Huda style?
Yeah.
With the what?
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, that we looked like we were on the Today Show.
It was so much fun. Everybody was in line to get either, a mimosa or some cornbread or something. But to get the whole crew relaxed and looking forward to something, it's worth it. I have so much fun on there. It's a great group of people.
Okay, so we should also mention that this Wednesday is the 14th. It's Ash Wednesday, but it also happens to be Valentine's Day. And they're saying that even though it is Ash Wednesday, it should be a busy Valentine's Day. It's, one of the busier days for restaurants. I predicted that it was boiled crawfish was going to be a very popular Valentine's Day dinner. What do you think?
I think I would probably head to like the grilled fish and kind of thing, like Riverside Inn. They have like the many variations of grilled fish with that lump crab meat on top. Oh, so delicious. But yeah, crawfish is always good too. I can't wait to have my first, crawfish of the season.
Yeah, I had picked a couple of restaurants that I felt like were going to be good for Valentine's Day, and Jamie kind of gave me a hard time because I put Little Big Cup and it happens to be a buffet, and I was all about it. I wanted to have like a Galentine's thing going on there. What are your thoughts on a buffet being a romantic dining destination?
Oh, you can make, if you love food, a buffet, or if it's served on a silver platter, like just go do it. If you're going to be with somebody that appreciates eats food like you do, buffet should not be an issue at all. And I mean, buffets are also very fun if you love to try things, especially like I do. I want to try like all the 45 things on the menu, and buffets give you that option to do that. So.
My whole rationale with it is that it's in Arnaville, so you have to take, a little bit of a drive to get there. You could take a scenic, longer than normal drive. Mm-hmm. That's kind of romantic in itself. You can go and eat on the bayou. Its scenery is beautiful there, like at the restaurant. I don't know if you've ever been to Little Big. No, you haven't been to Little Big Cup. You need to go. We need to. You know what? Next time we have a brunch, we need to go there. Yeah, we need to go there. But it's beautiful scenery. You can go eat good food and then take a romantic drive back and then pass out from eating so much. What is more romantic than that?
That sounds like a good cuddle session. Yeah, it's true story. Or just cuddle up on the couch and watch a good movie or something.
So last year, I remember I suggested Waiter, and I think last year, Waiter and Valentine's Day was a disaster. They were so busy and overwhelmed. Like, they weren't expecting it to be so busy. And I'm wondering if they've made every Waiter driver, I'm wondering if, everyone that works for the Waiter company has to work for Valentine's Day this year, because it was bad last year. So this year, I would suggest not waitering. I would suggest either cooking at home, or, I hope you made reservations. That's all I got to say about that. What is reservations like in Houston? Do you think that if somebody didn't do Valentine's Day yet and they were trying to make reservations in Houston, would they still have a chance?
Oh, man. Reservations in Houston's very big over there. And, usually, if you didn't make them, most places, if you didn't make them already, then you're kind of like, oh, well.
Yeah, you were telling me that you were going to this very popular sushi restaurant, and it was an hour and 45-minute wait.
Yes, absolutely. And I still don't know what that place tastes like, because the wait's still ridiculous. But one day, we're going to get in there, early enough and try it out. But, yeah, and then some places, they just don't accept reservations. It's first come, first serve, and it's those, crazy waits. So
I'm totally putting you on the spot right now, but if somebody wanted to cook a romantic dinner for Valentine's Day, what would be some things that you would suggest that they could cook?
Ooh, good choice. I don't know. You could either do, if you wanted to, pop open the grill, put some music, dim the lights, pour a glass of wine. Y'all could just make it an experience by yourself, throw some shrimp on there. Or, it's going to be Ash Wednesday, too. A lot of people are starting with Lent and everything. So seafood's going to definitely be popular Wednesday. But probably some shrimp on the grill. It's real easy. It's real quick. What else? You could throw veggies on the grill. I don't know. Yeah, you did put me on the spot. There's so many things going through my mind of what I want to cook. You can even do, that morning, throw something in a slow cooker if you know that you, love this type of chili. And, maybe chili isn't the sexiest thing to eat together, but,
I just popped eggplant parmesan or an eggplant lasagna.
Oh, yum. That sounds good. Yeah, I would definitely try that. And that should be easy. That could also be a fun thing. A lot of couples do like to cook together. And so if you want that to be your Valentine's date, that's a perfect way to stay in and just keep it romantic at home.
All right, we are going to take our first break, and when we come back, we have more with Robyn. So come back to us. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Is your vehicle so dirty that little kids are writing "wash me" notes on it? Is your wife ashamed to ride with you? Do you have trouble remembering the original color? Then it's time to go see The Wash at Service Chevrolet. The Wash offers unlimited monthly wash plans starting at only $19.99. Plus, the vacuums are always included. Stop by The Wash at Service Chevrolet on Ambassador Caffrey and keep your vehicle looking brand new. The Wash, Lafayette.com.
This is the way we wash crawfish. Wash crawfish. Man, hello. I'm the official crawfish washer at Crawfish Town, USA. Yeah, we wash every crawfish before we serve them to you. We don't serve no crawfish that look like they've been to a mud wrestling contest on the Let Me Know. Right now, we got some beautiful crawfish, and they're full of that juicy crawfish meat. Let me tell you how to get to Crawfish Town, USA. Get off the I-10 exit 115, go north about 1/2 mile, and on the right-hand side is Crawfish Town, USA. Well, I got more crawfish to wash. This is the way we wash crawfish, wash crawfish, wash crawfish.
Here's a tip from Mr. Electric. I've been an employee of Mr. Electric for 7 years, and I've learned a bit about what to look for when hiring any type of service professional to do work in your home. First and foremost, you want to make sure the company coming out is licensed and insured. This is both for their protection and yours. Do a little research and see what fellow consumers say about the company you're planning to use. As the customer, your safety and comfort should be just as important to them as it is to you.
Visit this Town Square Media radio station's website for more tips and advice from Mr. Electric.
Whether you're calling an electrician because something is wrong or because you have a new project in your home, you need someone fair, dependable, on time, and thorough. And Mr. Electric is exactly who you're looking for. Their technicians are background checked, drug screened, and are taught on their company's code of values before they step foot in your home. With honest, upfront pricing, quality service, and one of the best warranties in the business, you can trust that Mr. Electric will take care of all your electrical needs. Call Mr. Electric and schedule an appointment today, 337-451-2228, or log on to lafayette.mysterelectric.com.
The best tasting radio show in all of South Louisiana. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffany Daku, and joining today as guest co-host is Miss Robyn Holbrook with Horn and Halo. It is a food blog and a small catering business. She is known for her cheesecakes, which is a family secret recipe. You were just telling me you did a catering job and you had a cheesecake buffet bar.
Yeah, one of my good friends, Abby, and her now husband, Devin, for the groom side of the cake, they wanted my cheesecakes. And so we were trying to figure out, like, what flavors to do, et cetera, et cetera. Well, she came back to me, like, a couple weeks during our, what we were trying to figure out. And she said, how about we do a cheesecake like bar? And that was a hit for the kids, for the adults. It was so much fun. So I did like a couple of pans of cheesecake bars, and a couple of them were flavored, and then the majority of them were plain. And then we picked out some of their favorite toppings as bride and groom. And like I said, the kids, the adults had so much fun. They got to customize their own cheesecake. It was delicious. I couldn't keep up by putting them out. So it was really fun, and I've already gotten like great feedback just from her guests from the wedding, so it was real fun.
Okay, so when did Horn and Halo start, and what's the concept behind it?
Gotcha. Horn and Halo, it's one of those like light bulb moments that kind of happened, and I think it was about 2012, but I was working at a place that usually had vendors come in and bring food, and it was only a certain amount of vendors, and at that time I was in the gym like 4 or 5 days a week, and so you don't want to like sabotage like all this hard work that you're doing. So as much as I would love to have a plate lunch of meatball stew every day, anyway, and you could only eat salads and baked chicken so much. And I've always cooked like hearty indulgent things on a healthy level. And so I said, there needs to be like an option or a place, like a restaurant or a food truck or something. And so I came up with Horn and Halo, and that's how it kind of all started. And I was going to do a food truck, and then food trucks kind of fell off, and I would still love to do a brick and mortar. Lafayette and Houston is like the dream, but I've just been doing small catering on the sides that I'm kind of enjoying that too. But yeah, one day I would love to have a brick and mortar, but that's how Horn and Halo started. The indulgent, the naughty, and then the nice. So anything from like family recipes, except things that you don't want to know the calories, and then the Halo side of it would be like paleo, Whole30, egg-free, sugar-free, etc. So.
I remember about 4 years ago you had a little booth at the farmers market.
Yeah, I was at Hub City Farmers Market, such great people, and I would do a Horn side of the table and a Halo side of the table, and I got great response. It was so much fun to do it. And there was this woman that would visit me every week and get like a half a dozen to a dozen of, I made like these banana, date, walnut, paleo muffins. And so they were real delicious. And she said that would be her breakfast, like, every day, and sometimes her snack, because she, like, couldn't wait to have another one. But it was fun. I do miss doing the farmers markets over here. But then I ended up moving back to Houston for this job offer and everything. So I'm over there, and I'm trying to get into the farmers markets over there. It's really hard. It's like more of a wait list kind of thing, because, you know, everybody wants to be a part of a farmer's, well, at least I think everybody wants to be a part of farmers markets.
That's what I was going to ask you, if you had gotten into the Houston farmers market scene, what that was like there. So it's a little bit of a waiting list.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I've asked them, excuse me, I asked them like twice, I think last year, and they're like, sorry, we don't have any openings, so like just get back to us. So I think I'm gonna ask like maybe sometime this week, because they might have something, they have to have something open now, but here's to hoping. But I would love to get back in that scene. It's fun, and you get to meet all walks of life, and I love it. It's fun.
Where do you think your love of cooking comes from?
My love of cooking is definitely family-based. My mom is a big influence. I mean, she cooks, I think it's not uncommon to cook out of a 17-quart Magnolite. Like, that is, I've only known to cook for, like, armies. And so my mom did the same thing. My grandparents, they cooked all the time. So anytime we were together, like the whole family or just visiting, it was always around cooking, and it was just natural in our blood, I guess. And I'm so grateful for that, because it is fun, and it's a big passion of mine. And so I definitely learned from my grandparents, my mother. My dad dabbles in cooking too, and it's really good. And then all my brothers, you know, have picked it up. So that's where it comes from.
What is your favorite thing that your mom makes?
Oh gosh, there's so many, but I think my favorite, because I haven't had it like this anywhere else, and I don't care what kind of diet or how I'm feeling, I'm gonna eat it, is her rice and gravy. Yes, I mean she's also half Sicilian and Cajun French, so like there's her Italian meatballs and spaghetti, that's good too. But I mean, oh my gosh, the way that she makes her rice and gravy is so good.
Is it a specific meat that she does with the rice and gravy that you like, or?
I mean, sometimes she'll do it with the round steak, and then sometimes she'll do it with the pork butt. And so, I mean, the pork butt's my favorite. It just falls off the bone, but the round steak does too. So I'm down with whatever.
Whatever you want to cook and gravy and rice for Mom is good with me.
It's a true story. I'm down. But yeah, she cooks a bunch of things, but I think that's the first thing that comes to mind for me. Now, she loves to cook like entrees and I'm more of the baker in the family. She'd rather do a 10-course meal than cook a cake out the box. So it helps that, you know, we bounce off of each other that way. And I'd rather do like as many desserts as anybody, and instead of cook like a pork shank or something, you know, like a pork shoulder. I don't cook that many big meats, you know, so it's just me. But yeah, she's a cook. Not a baker.
So let's talk the dining scene in Houston. It is known to have a very big food scene. Houston is a huge town. What are some of your favorite restaurants in Houston?
Oh man, there's really so much to eat in Houston. I don't know how to say it. But like my mom and dad said one time when they were visiting me in college there, they were like, if you can't find it in Houston, they probably don't make it, because there's all different types of restaurants. Like a couple of weeks ago, we went to this Afghan restaurant that was simply delicious, and it was like off the beaten path. And then there's this other restaurant that it's called True Food Kitchen. It's by the Galleria. They do only organic, this and that, but they have a Moroccan chicken that they serve over there, and that is probably the best chicken I've ever had in my life. And it's just really simple ingredients. And then, I mean, there's this Mexican brunch place in the Heights, Cuchara. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. But their pozole, oh my goodness, they have a green and a red, and it was just, you know, when you eat something so good, the eyes just don't stop rolling, and it was like that with every bite. So I mean, there's a lot offered over here in Lafayette also, and then there's a lot offered in Houston as well. But like, man, to pick one is like really difficult. I love going to True Food, I guess, just because of the organic, and they're always creative with their menu. They do it seasonal. But I have a Lafayette restaurant list, like Little Big Cup. It's still on my list to try. And every time I come back to Lafayette, there's always something opening and something new and exciting. So there's a Lafayette list and a Houston list, so I have yet to like have a solid list of these are my favorites and nothing else.
So Lafayette's getting bigger and it's getting more neighborhood cliquish, and people don't want to leave their neighborhood to go, to a restaurant that's not close to their home. And I used to hate that. I would be like, what are you talking about? If the restaurant's good, I'm going to go to it no matter what. And then when I moved to my current location, I find myself only wanting to dine in the little circle around where I eat, because I don't want to drive and I don't want to fight traffic. Is Houston like that a lot? Do people kind of venture out of their neighborhoods to go and check out, if a restaurant's really good and it's getting a lot of attention, will people drive there no matter what?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because when the buzz gets in the air and everything, and there's so many good reviews, then people will flock. I've driven across Houston just to get to this one place. And that restaurant you mentioned earlier, the 1 hour and 45-minute wait, that's about 30-40 minutes from me, and we went over there because we heard that it was the best this and that. But people are not shy to drive. But the neighborhood eats and everything are also appreciated, especially the hole in the walls, off the beaten path, of course, absolutely appreciated.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm going to have to... Speaking of, I need to mention this right now since we have a little bit of time before we go to break. I am doing low carb during the week, and I'm trying to, being that I talk about food a lot, it's kind of difficult to put restrictions on what I eat, but I'm trying to find a balance. So I'm doing low carb, and then, when I get to a point where I can't do it, I'm sick of cauliflower rice right now. I'm so over cauliflower rice, but we do what we must. When I made my goal for the week, I went and checked out this new food truck that's on the north side. They're in the parking lot of Cupid's Daiquiris right at Louisiana Avenue and Evangeline Thruway, and it's called Kitchen on Clinton, and they do fries and chicken wings. And when I got there, so they opened at 6 o'clock, I got there, there was already a line, they were packed, and I got the lemon pepper rub chicken wings, which were delicious. They were a little salty, but it was nice because I had been dieting, so it didn't bother me. But what I really wanted was they do this loaded French fry, and it's French fries, and they put ranch dressing and barbecue sauce on it. Oh my God. And so I got it, and I got it to drive home, because yes, I did drive across town to go get these chicken wings. And I ate one of the fries, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to sit here and eat this entire fries. But it was so delicious, my first cheat meal of the week. Right. And it was so great. And it's called, worth it, huh? Yeah, it's called Kitchen on Clinton, and they are on Facebook and Instagram, and they'll post, but they're usually in the parking lot of Cupid's Daiquiris, and they're almost every night. So go and check them out. You'll have to add that to your list.
Yes, adding it right now.
All right, we are going to take another break, and when we come back, we have more with Robyn. So come back to us. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Here's a tip from Glenn Lichelet with Eagle Pest Control.
Are you having a problem with pests and rodents? They look for food, water, and shelter. Making sure food is tightly sealed and garbage is regularly removed may help fix your problem. Plus, closing off entryways and hiding places by caulking cracks and crevices around the exterior of your home.
For more advice and tips from Eagle Pest Control, visit this Town Square Media radio station's website.
If you need to take care of a rodent or pest problem, trust your home and your comfort to one of Acadiana's most trusted, respected, and experienced companies. Call 898-1936 for a free estimate. Save time and money by calling the professionals at Eagle Pest Control. Whether it's commercial or residential, Eagle Pest Control can help. Call 898-1936 now. That's 898-1936. Or visit EaglePestControlAndChemical.com for more information.
The best place to catch all of the Mardi Gras action is Cajun Field in Lafayette. It's La Festival de Mardi Gras at Lafayette's Cajun Field, brought to you by Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Enjoy a huge carnival midway with great games and wild rides. Dance to live music from the festival soundstage with 20 live bands brought to you by J&J Exterminating and Butcher Air Conditioning. Best of all of the parades pass right through the festival grounds. Enjoy all that Mardi Gras has to offer in one safe and convenient location, and now with even more parking. Visit GoMardiGras.com to download the Parade Tracker app for iPhone and Android. The app has parade and band schedules, Mardi Gras info, and GPS parade tracking from Acadian Total Security. Like us on Facebook to stay up on the last-minute news and details. Make Cajun Field your Mardi Gras headquarters. Brought to you by Server Chevrolet Cadillac, J&J Exterminating, and Butcher Air Conditioning. Visit GoMardiGras.com for a complete schedule.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
While many rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. Mahatma Gandhi reached out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. So, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
From Boudin to the best burgers Acadiana has to offer, it's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffany Daku, and we've been talking with Miss Robyn Holbrook, who is a food blogger behind Horn and Halo, and it also happens to be a catering business. So if people are interested in hiring you for a catering business, where would they go to get more information on that?
You can find me on Facebook or Instagram under Horn and Halo, or and probably just send me a message through that, or I guess I can give my phone number out.
Let them email you, and then you can give them your phone number. Let's not put your phone number out there over the radio.
True story, true story.
Okay, so we're going to talk about grocery stores in Houston. Since you are a home cook, we kind of geeked out a little bit at the beginning of our brunch this morning about grocery stores. First one I want to talk to you about is one that I want to go to that you've been to before, and it's called Fiesta, and it is a Latin grocery store. So tell me what this place is like, because it looks like heaven. I told you when I go, I feel like I'm going to explode confetti, that I'm so excited.
Fiesta's a fun place to visit. Like, their prices are like, you can't beat their prices. But yeah, it's like you walking in there and just like this little party as you shop. So you definitely need to go. But I haven't been there in a while, but because it's not as close to me where I'm living now. But like, I've never had a bad experience there. So Fiesta's fun. Like, I think last time I went, they were like 20 key limes for like $1. Like, you cannot beat that. And then their meat selection, like, yeah, you need to go. You need to go.
I want to go and just eat the food, like the hot bar food. Like, they have tacos and all kinds of different things.
Yeah, definitely check that out. It's authentic. You don't have anybody, fake cook in the kitchen. You're going to get the real deal, even at the store.
Okay, so tell me about some of your favorite grocery stores in Houston, because you said that there's a lot compared here. I mean, obviously Houston is a lot bigger than Lafayette, but you said that they have a lot of different kinds of grocery stores there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I have my favorite Lafayette grocery stores too, and those aren't available in Houston, unfortunately, but Houston has a bunch of great stores also. There's Kroger, H-E-B, etc. But my favorite, like the Foodie Dream, oh my God. Me and my foodie friends, like, we'll go all together just so we can see each other's reaction, because we are ridiculous. It's called Central Market. It's like this huge store, and don't go there full. Go there hungry, which is the opposite of the rule you've always been told your entire life. Because the samples over there, just like, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. It was opened by H-E-B, or it's owned by H-E-B, I guess I should say. But it's like, oh, see me thinking about it, I'm just melting right now. I love Central Market. Their produce section is ridiculous. It's like catered to people that love to cook. Like, you can go into where like the scallions are, and it's not just like scallions or like little onions. There's like 10 different kinds of onions that some of them you never heard of. Same thing with the mushrooms. There's like 15 types of mushrooms. There's like baby artichokes, big artichokes, this kind of banana, that kind. I love Central Market. And then there's an olive oil section. There's an olive oil section. Like, these people are serious, and that's totally appreciated in the food world. And there's a chocolate area. Of course, their wine selection and beer selection's on point. They don't just bring in anything. There's, of course, a cheese section. Who doesn't love a cheese section? There's a bakery inside the store. So not only do they sell their baked goods and everything, but they have like a hot bar or a sandwich plate. They use their own bread. And oh, God, what else? I know I'm missing other stuff, but this place is just awesome. I can't see. I'm verklempt. I love Central Market.
I haven't seen you get this excited about a grocery store since we were talking about Italy, when you went to Italy.
Oh, my God. Italy is a grocery store that's owned by Mario Batali, and I know there's a couple of locations, but I went to the two in America, the one in Chicago and the one in New York, and when I tell you, I had to go back twice, because once, and we were only there for like 4 days, so just you going somewhere twice on a vacation, like, it's very rare. But I was like, I drug my friends, but they could see it in my eyes. They're like, we have to go because Robyn needs to go back to Italy. But like, they had a Nutella bar and everything Nutella. Like, oh my God, this place is just one of those foodie dreams again. Like, Mario Batali really did it. And you could also, they had a pasta section. You could make reservations and actually have lunch or dinner there. And that was some of the best pasta I've ever had in my life. And I mean, I grew up, in my family, we would make homemade pasta, with my aunts and uncles and grandfather and my mom, and, fig preserves and just all this stuff. And that was the best pasta I've ever had. And Italy just got right at the neck of it. It is so good. And yes, I geek out about it so easily.
Have you ever been to the farmers market in LA?
I've been to a couple of them. I haven't been to the one that a bunch of my friends said that I need to go, but I've been to a couple of them, and it's so funny how it's the same concept, but it's so different over there. But they have like fresh fish, I mean, we have some of that here, but like, there's fresh fish that they just got out the bay and all this.
So I went to the big one, like the big LA farmers market, and I could have spent all day there because they had everything, every different kind of food that you could think of. And my friend made me leave, and I'm very upset about that. But if I ever go back to LA, like, I want to go back to that market because it was so cool.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. The farmers markets over there is, it's just, the weather over there is real fresh and refreshing. And just everything that's being sold over there is real fresh. I love it. But there's this restaurant actually in LA. I think it's called Mama D's, and it's I think it's on Santa Monica Beach or something like that. But they have this. It's called the pink sauce. If you're ever in LA, y'all, go get the pink sauce. It's stupid. It's like a combination of marinara and like Alfredo, which sounds so simple, but it's like they sprinkle it with fairy dust and dreams. Like, it is so good. But yeah, love me some farmers market. So going back to the farmers market.
So you do a lot of cooking at home, and you entertain a lot. You host brunch a lot of times. What are some of your favorite things to cook at home?
I love to have guests over and entertain, and I'll either cook like one of my tried favorites that I'm like, my friends have to try this, or I'll have them as guinea pigs and they don't even know it, just to see what their reaction is. So for an example, like my tried and true favorites, like I love lemon, so I love chicken piccata. And so that's really, to me, easy to fix for a crowd. It's angel hair, and then you throw, lightly fry your chicken, and then that white wine with butter, capers, and lemon juice and everything. Just throw it in there, sop it up with a biscuit, serve it to people, and throw some parm on it, and just watch their eyes roll. Like, it's so good. And then one of the guinea pig recipes that I did is I'm trying to get more into like Indian and Asian cooking, just like with all those lots of seasonings and, things that you've never heard of. We didn't grow up with, And so I made this curry, chicken and spinach curry with coconut, basmati, and golden raisins. And it was so stupid good. And they're like, oh my God, right. You know, like they said, how have you not made this before? And I'm like, oh, it's my first night. You know, and they're like, what? So it's fun to do that. And they don't know that they're being guinea pigs. Because I do, you know, you want those raw reactions. And so I love entertaining in that aspect. And I mean, who doesn't like to have good food and friends like in the same room? Like it's so much fun.
Speaking of guinea pigs, have you ever had a situation where people were like, this is awful, do not make it again?
We did. Me and a couple of my friends, we got together and the recipe like sounded good. So we, you know, like this person brought that person brought that, you know, we all chipped in with the groceries, met at a friend's house and we cooked it away. It was some kind of scallop something, I don't know. But anyway, so we cooked it. It's smelling good. It tasted awful. So, yeah, that's why I'm always like, test kitchen time, because now I have proven that even though the ingredients sound like a good idea, it doesn't mean that it might come out like you think it will in your head. So, yeah, I've had that definitely happen before.
Speaking of curry, I've been kind of obsessed with making curry at home just because I've discovered how easy it is to make. And it is one of the easiest things that you can make in a slow cooker, which I'm obsessed with cooking in a slow cooker. Yeah, all you have to do, like I'll do a chicken curry and I got some leg quarters when they were on sale. And then all I do is like you saute your onions and your garlic. And I sometimes will brown the meat ahead of time too. You don't necessarily have to brown the meat. But the meat goes in the crock pot. So you saute your onions, your garlic, your ginger, and then you get like a masala, a garam masala mix, which we have 2 wonderful Indian grocery stores now in town. So you can go and like pick that up. So you mix all that together. Tomato paste, you put in there too. Mix it all together. Throw it in the crock pot. Mix all of it up. And typically, if you find a curry recipe online in a slow cooker, they'll say to add chicken stock. But depending on the type of meat that you're using, you may not necessarily have to do that. Yeah. So I don't automatically throw chicken stock in. I'll wait to see. Like the leg quarters, I know were super fatty. And in this case, like with the leg quarters, I used 3 of them. I didn't have to put any chicken stock because all the fat rendered down. So it didn't need any more liquid to it. And so once it cooks until it's falling apart, you then add, I did a different recipe where it called for coconut milk, which you can do, or you can use heavy cream to do it as well. You add that to it, about like a cup, I would say would be enough. And then you mix that all together. You let it cook for like another hour and then it's done. And then if you're doing low carb, you can do it with cauliflower rice. Even though I really want basmati rice so bad, that was exactly what I thought. Like I was like, oh, this is good. And then the next day when I was eating it, because I meal prep, the next day I was like, I really want regular rice with this.
I totally get that. When I was, when I started Hornet Hill, I did a lot, and I was at the gym that much. I was doing the carb replacement stuff, and of course, cauliflower rice is always one. But there is actually so much more you can do. Like when I wanted red beans and sausage, you can have that, even though they have their carb, but it's not like a white. It's not a white carb as you call it. It's not started with like white flour. But so I would put red beans and sausage over just like chiffon cabbage, and I did it raw. You can cook it down a little bit, but I would, instead of, the zucchini zoodle things or whatever, you can either just shave them with a vegetable peeler, make them like thin, like thick fettuccine type thing. You can do that with a carrot. You can put stuff over carrots and what else? Yellow squash. For gumbo, instead of rice, do minced up